The go live button.
Hey, my bad.
When did you get a new button?
No.
Sorry.
YouTube is about 5 seconds behind live, and Facebook is about 23 seconds behind live.
I went ultra low latency since we've been having pretty good service the last couple days.
Wonderful.
I imagine it'll be around 8 seconds if it's like it's typical. Facebook comments working great today.
Oh, wonderful.
Not YouTube.
But are they allowing us to actually highlight them? Yesterday,
Oh, sure.
Yesterday I was able to pull them up, but I wasn't able to get them highlighted. The link said broken. I'll check it to see where it's at today.
I'm going to go ahead and put yours on an overlay. Here it comes. It's broadcasting. You say it's about 30 seconds.
Okay, good. It is showing.
You've got
Perfect.
it already?
It's up on the YouTube, not yet on the
yeah,
Facebook.
Right, but it'll show up.
Okay, I'll check if mine is. Oh, that's funny. It's still not popping up here on...
Well, we said once about 5 to 8 seconds.
Okay, here it is.
So you have to wait about 22 seconds.
Yeah, it is quite a ways behind.
22 seconds is a long time for my bride.
I'm not even going to say anything. Can you take down the comment now, please? Alrighty, I have got the control panel back up for the Facebook side of the house for comments.
Good. And I have a new comment on popping up. Well, I did, till somebody took it away from me. Hey, Grace, you got it, huh?
I did. Always one step ahead, love. quiet out there in YouTube land. Where's everybody at today? Have to start doing roll call. You out there, Eric? Bernice, how about you? Where are you? John, Patty. Don't make me yodel. Got some hold music coming through.
Yeah, I hear it. Must be lost the line.
It's interfering with that pretty song. Do what?
Oh, I see what's happened. It's connecting. I'm gonna disconnect. Maybe somebody else called in and dropped off. Is it fine? Check test. One, two, three.
1, 2, 3.
Okay. Sounds
And
like
while
it's
you're
coming
waiting,
up.
While you're waiting, the
Conference Bridge
is
working
working
and ready. That is 563.
563.
999 21
2185.
85. Hope somebody will come in today. Maybe a couple. We got 3 hands.
Three
and if we have
hands, and if
extra
we have
time,
extra time,
we'll do some bot
We'll do
hands.
some bot
Also,
hands.
very
Also
exciting.
Very exciting.
And once again, it is 5, 6, 3, 9, 9, 9, 2, 1, 8, 5.
Would you turn down the fan to the low number, please? Thank you. Five, four, three, two, one.
And you're on.
Greeting, Bridge friends. Michael here at BridgeHands, and whoa, what's up with this, Grace?
What's up with what? Oh,
I am a masked bandit. I am looking for 3 no Trump, maybe 6 no Trump.
is that your chin guard?
It could be. This is COVID-19 territory here in Northern California, but hey, we're indoors, no problem.
It matches my outfit.
It does match your outfit, but nobody can see it until later, so stay tuned for that. Hope you're having a great day today. It's a terrific Tuesday, and we've got some fun bridge hands. You may recall yesterday that we started taking a look at a recent game that I had. I think it was Sunday night. Yes, I was playing with a buddy online that I played with, maybe 10, 15 times. And you know, one thing that you find out is that the illusion of communications. Now, Grace and I, we have perfect communications at all time, complete synchronicity. But as they say, the illusion of communications is that it happened at all sometimes. And we're going to get into some of those hands today. So it should be fun. So we'd like to get somebody to dial in and join us on the bridge. And I think I've got a number for that. Let's go over here.
Well, Patty just said hello.
Hello, Patty.
Once again, that number is 563 999
2, 1, 8, 5. Hey,
5.
we're getting pretty good at this, darling.
Yeah.
Maybe we do have some synchronicity.
Maybe we should do a show.
We both can talk at the same time anyway.
Got to get my word in one way.
We could have, that's right, we have to repeat the other. So if somebody wants to come in, fine, that would be great. We'll be easy, we'll be tender. So we had Eric yesterday did a great job, and last week too. Everybody was fantastic. So come on in if you want to have some fun with us. Well, okay, let's go ahead and start getting ready to tee it up, as they say in the business. And we're going to go ahead and show the north-south hands. North and south. Okay, and we did hand 3 yesterday, and I wanted to kind of come back to this. I don't know if we've spoken a lot about balancing seat bidding. Some. But the idea I think we talked about is that we keep the auction alive when we're in the pass-out seat, so we can borrow that virtual king from our partner. This goes back about a week or so, if you'll recall. And so Marty Bergen and his partner, Larry Cohen, they said, well, if it works in the pass-out seat, maybe it should work in the direct seat. No, most everybody plays in the direct seat. You need that king for yourself. You don't borrow your king until the pass-out seat. But they said, well, let's do it in when the opponents have a fit. Let's do it in the direct seat rather than the pass-out seat. And they called it O-bar bids. That's what a mouthful. Opponents bid and raise. Balance in direct seat. Bids. So bids doesn't stand for the word bids. It stands for balance in direct seat rather than the pass-out seat. So let's take a look at this hand over here. And I want to go from the north-south to the east-west. So if somebody comes on in, we'll let them kind of participate with us. Until then, I'll go ahead and get started, but I'm still looking for someone to join us. And so south, we recall yesterday, they've got an opening hand. They bid 1 club. A pass over by west, and north without a 4-card major, easy peasy. They said 1 no trump. And as you recall from our lesson yesterday, we said, well, they couldn't have 8 cards in the major. Therefore, at most they would have is 7 cards in the major. If they even had 3-3, they could have 3-2 or 2-2 or something like that. So the question is after the 1 no trump bid has been made, which could be quite a few cards in one of the minors. I guess they maybe had 4 diamonds but wanted to do 1 no trump, or maybe they got quite a few clubs but not enough to make a bid to the 2 level, which would have 10 or more points in Standard American. And if you're playing 2 over 1, it would require game forcing, 12, 13 points or more. So, okay. So they bid 1 no trump. And the question is, over now, we're going to take a look at the east-west hands. And for east-west, as far as east, is they've got the 3 quick tricks, 2 aces, and an adjoining king. And they do have 4-4 in the major. So the question is, should they make a call? And what would the bid or call mean? So I guess somebody's asking in the south, why not 1 diamond versus 1 club? Let me go ahead and pop that one up there. And oh my goodness, I know this person. This
I thought you were
could
gonna
be the one and only Barbara Seagram. Hey, up there, Toronto friend. Oh, look at it's got her picture. It must be the real deal.
It must be.
Oh, this is going to be okay. The perspiration's up there. I'm being tested. That's a very good question, Barbara. And you know, there is a matter of style. And some people say, well, when you've got 4, you bid it. And we know that most all advanced players of your level are Alex, your partner and husband, by the way, they would say you don't have to have 4 diamonds to bid diamond. If you have 4, 4, 3, 2, meaning 3 diamonds, you do that rather than the short club. So the question would be, should it be made a bid with king, queen, jack? If it gets passed out, wouldn't you really rather be in 1 diamond? Is maybe what some people, and maybe Barbara is wondering. A great question. It certainly would be a good lead director. There's not going to be argument there. And then there are those devious people that say, I've maybe got jack 4th in the club suit. And if I bid clubs, if we end up being in no trump, they probably won't lead the club suit. So, you know, I'd say there's a half a dozen arguments. You tell me which side you want me to be on, Barbara, and I'll join you. So, at any rate, I just put early today, and I don't recall what it was when the bid came up. This was by a an opponent, as I recall. And so, fine, they bid one club and then it went one north. But yeah, it might have been 2 clubs perhaps, or maybe 3 clubs. But anyway, this north said 1 no trump. So I'm not judging. I'm just here to say. But great questions. I hope that was of some help. So the question we were talking about was, should the east hand make a bid? And there's something I didn't tell you that you should say, well, I can't give you an answer on that, Michael, because it's not enough information. And what would that be? Well, what's the formatter? Is this imps or match points? How aggressive should we be? If they're playing in a part score, an imps game or rubber bridge, unless it's going to get them their rubber or something, it probably doesn't matter that much. But if it's in match points, boy, you want to scramble for every trick and you want to push them a little bit beyond. And while we looked yesterday and it was 1 no trump, down 1, okay. But the other question is, are you thinking about it? Yeah, what's the vulnerability? And this is hand number 3. So in hand number 3, and Grace is saying, Michael, write some of this on the right side. Yes, ma'am. Gotcha. So one of the things to consider is, like I said, this is hand number 3. And if you recall this silly little acronym for me for the first 4 boards, it's ONEB. So first board is O, or 0, or no vulnerability. Then the next board 2 is north is vulnerable. And then board 3 is east, west is vulnerable. And then board 4 is both. And then next time around, when it goes 5 through 8, we just shift 1. So we, rather than start with the O, we start with the N, and it goes Nebo. And then the next boards, it's go again, it's E-bone. Starts to be like a dog, and sure enough, the last 4 bit, 12 through 16, it's bone. So anyway, we know that on board 3 anyway, that this is east-west vulnerable. So yeah, I'd be a little bit careful in terms of just jumping in. It could be painful. In a match point, you get a bottom, but maybe you get a top because you push them on. So those are all real considerations. So at any rate, if you take a look at the robots, sometimes the robots will do some interesting things at the 1 level. They have no problem overcalling a 4-card suit. Grace?
You need to get in the corner.
Oh my gosh. She's saying, Michael, she wants to send me to the corner. Okay, well, I got you. Some of these screens, when they pop up to show some of the overcalls there on the screen, they don't show up. So thank you for that, Grace. Is that better?
That's better.
She wants to make sure I'm not playing hooky. So, okay, so we talked about this hand, and so, yeah, it's got 4-4, but it's really questionable. It's at least you've got honor in one of the suits, but I would feel much better if the ace king of clubs were in the heart suit. That's just my style, if I was going to bid. Imps, if they make their contract, fine. If not, okay, fine. But at any rate, so on this hand, I would say, excuse me, just a second. I said number 3, didn't I? 1, none. Then north-south for 2. East-west. Yeah, that's right. East-west. Okay. So I would say no, I would not bid. I would pass after the 1 no trump. And you recall the 1 club or 1 diamond, whichever it is. And so it gets around to the pass-out seat. And in the pass-out seat, if you borrow the king, here comes the king. It's working its way over. And now you've got a nice king of something. And you say 4, 7, 8, 9, 10. Man, that's just hardly enough. But some of the players did. I'm not saying it's good or bad. Once again, I'm not going to judge. So it went 1 diamond, 1 no trump, and this got the people here kind of thinking, and some people, even with this 7-point hand, they are primary honors, I will say that. And the 9 and the 10, I'll give you something for that. Make it the 10 of hearts rather than 10 of clubs. I'm getting a little better, but I'm struggling to make a bid if we're vulnerable versus not. This could be terrible. At any rate, some people said a takeout bid, and some did it in the direct seat. This one over here on the east seat. So I don't know, but let's see how it turns out. So I guess I think north you would wait. You might want to say, well, maybe think about later what's going to go on. And then over in the east seat, you're going to bid the 2 hearts. When you got 4-card suit, you're going to bid the lower. Oops, I made a club there. Heart. There it is. And now it goes pass and a pass, and it's back up to north. And man, I got that 5 clubs, and they've apparently found the majors. No surprise me, I've only got 5 in the majors, and I kind of said that with my 1 no trump bid. So some went 3 clubs, and 3 clubs will go down, and 2 hearts is going to go down. So, you know, it's one of these, whoever wants to bid more is going to probably have a bad bid. So it's like, who blinks first? Anyway, we did not have that hand, but as I looked at the results, I just wanted to share with you, and for you to be aware, is that sometimes when you're playing a match point type of scoring, where it tends to be much more aggressive, and then you have these situations where sometimes you got to look at the vulnerability, and can you make the opponent's bluff? It's kind of like rolling the dice. Grace, you got something?
We have a comment up on the screen.
Okay, what is it? And it is the 1 diamond tends to show minors so that partner may have majors with me. 1 diamond, 1 no trump. Okay, thank you for that one. So I'm going to go ahead and we're going to go on to 4, 5, and 6. But I want, we got another one. Grace is like, please jump on in.
Chandra asks, is there any curbside?
A curbside.
I'm not sure what.
Curbside service?
Curbside service?
I don't know what that means.
Is there any kind of Q bid that East could bid 2C?
A Q bid to bid 2C, 2 clubs?
Uh-huh.
Well, I guess that my first thought would be is that if it was opened 1 club, then Barbara Seagram is like, yeah, see, Michael? Is like, they could go with 6 points. Some people actually, oh, I'm sorry, it has 8 points. Now, I don't think with 8 points it would be playing inverted minors. I have had some people do that to me, though. Some very fine players with thousands of master points. To me, if you're playing inverted minors, which inverts the 1 diamond, 2 diamond, or 1 club, 2 club as being weak. Instead, they do 1 club, 3 club, or 1 diamond, 3 club as being the weak. I don't think it should be with a good 6 or more points. It should be something less. And I had somebody with that kind of a hand. I opened 1 club, and they had just about the same hand, 8 points. They went 3 clubs, and I was like, I've got 18, but okay, I'll pass. And we had easily, with the 8 points in my 18, to make 3 no trump. I said, Stan, please don't do that. You don't forget these names. You may not remember the good things, but you remember the bad things. Yes, Grace?
You have another new comment up there you might like.
Okay.
That's coming in from Barbara.
Oh, well, thank you very much for that, dear. And I miss you. I hope you get back down here. And I know what you're thinking. Yes, we can't wait to get back to Toronto again also. So I hope you and Alex are having a good time. And I know that your bridge cruises are kind of like me. Maybe you're going to do some things in the green pastures. But by the way, Barbara Seagram, if you ever get a chance to go to her website and buy some books. And, oh, 1 second. Look at this, right at the top here. Plan the Defense. By whom? Barbara Seagram and David Bird, who she works with a lot. And I really love her books there. Use them for my lessons all the time. So thank you, Barbara. My hat's off to you, too.
We'll have to plug that one. Put that in the hashtag.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Anyway, go to her website. Her booklets, her books. I don't know, maybe she has wardrobe. I'm not sure what types of wardrobe she might have these days, but great material. I highly recommend it. So, okay, let's go ahead and go on to the next hand, and that will be hand number 4. Okay, here we go. Let's crank it on up. So, for the hand number 4, and remember, I was playing with this fella. He likes to play precision. He said, he knows it, but he's kind of learning it, and yeah, well, you know how that goes when you're playing a complicated system. So, at any rate, hand number 4, I guess that would be the West that would be dealing, wouldn't it? And everybody will be vulnerable. And what hand do I want to show? Well, since it's West, let's just take a look at the West hand, please. So, the West hand's coming up, and you'll see it in a couple minutes. Well, I should say a couple of minutes. Hopefully, Facebook about 20 seconds, and YouTube, it comes up in about 7 or 8 seconds. All right, so the hand is a 5-3-3-2. That's a very common shape that we see, and has some nice values. 3 aces, queen, jack, third in diamonds, and ace, jack 5 times in hearts. Not a bad suit. We'd like to be a little higher on her, but it might work if our partner has the one above it or below it, or maybe even the king. So the bidding goes as follows. What do you think they're going to bid over in the west seat? 4, 5, maybe one for distribution, 5 to 6 points. You've got a 5-card suit, not the best, but another 4, another 3, and another 4. So even if you said 5 and 4 is 9, and 7 could be a 1 no trumper, couldn't it? I think a lot of people would do 1 no trump, especially with not like a lot of honor concentrations and 2 suits. So probably the intermediate players might say, I'm just going to go with 1 heart. I don't like that 1 no trump. And the advanced players will probably say, I think I can play it well. No, I'm going to go 1 no trump. Yes, Grace.
Chandra agrees. She would go 1 heart.
1 heart. Well,
and Larry also says 1 heart. Hi, Larry.
Larry, hey, I kept on calling Eric yesterday Larry. I was missing you, Larry. Good to have you with us. Well, my partner bid 1 club. What's with that? Only 3? And alerted it 16 or more points artificial, because this is the precision system. So, okay, we don't need to get all hung up in that. But obviously, when you bid low with less, you have more room for bidding, but it gives the opponents, sure, more time to come in. But fortunately, everybody is vulnerable. But that's another story. So 1 club, and it was a pass by North with 5 clubs. They're kind of amused, and they're not going to bid 1 diamond, I don't think. But so it's, to me, if I have 8 points or more, then I bid anything other than 1 diamond. If I have less than 8, I have to bid 1 diamond. And fortunately, I have more, but 1 diamond is artificial also. So, okay, I bid my 5-card suit. Nope. Oh, I do. It's clubs. So I'll do 2 clubs. Well, we've already taken away some of that space out of the auction. But anyway, that was kind of how the auction started. And the plot thickens. So over in South, no, I don't see any opportunity for an unusual 2 no trump to show the 2 lower suits, because you don't have the hearts. Or else you might just throw in a 2 no trump bid. But now you're just going to pass. Just be good, boy. Okay, back to my partner. Here's 2 clubs, and what do they want to do? Well, now they're going to bid their heart suit, of course. So that's their suit, and they're sticking to it. A pass, of course, by the North, and I've got 3. Oh, okay, we've got a 8-card fit. So if I bid 4 hearts, that's, kind of slow shows fast and eyes. If I do 3 hearts, we're in a game forcing auction. That's a little bit more. So, I don't have that many losers, do I? If you take a look, I got 1 loser in clubs and 1 loser in diamond. 2 losers, maybe. My partner's got 16 or more, so 1 or 2. And my hearts, boy, I only got 1 there. So, for a responder hand, I've got a pretty good hand. But this counting the losers as responders is really not the way to go. When you're looking at responders hand, just count the number of cover cards, your primary honors. That's what they're interested in. So you've got like equivalent of 1 in the heart suit, maybe 2 with the queen is helpful. Nothing over in spades. You only got 1 loser there. As good as a king if you have enough trump, and if they were king, queen, jack, then you got a rough with a higher one. But yeah, I'll say 1 loser and 1 there. So we've really, in terms of cover cards, we've got 3 or 4. So if our partner has like a 6 losing trick hand, then we have some opportunities. Yes, Grace?
Can you show us the East hand, please?
Okay, I am so sorry. I'm going to show all 4 hands at this point. Thank you for catching that. All right, so here we go. So it went 1 club, 2 clubs, 2 hearts, 3 hearts, 4 hearts. My partner said, I just don't have that much. They, being the stronger hand ostensibly, they have losing trick count, because you can use it once you have a partnership fit. You've got 2 losers there. You've got, looks like 2 losers here also. in the diamonds, 1 loser in spades, and maybe not 2 losers in hearts because your partner bid the suit, so 1 to 2. So they have 2, 4, 6 to 7. Yeah, I don't think so. Yes, Grace?
We can't see the hand you're talking about, or you, honey.
It's up there. It just might take a moment, but I see it's being transmitted. So anyway, I'm just going to go show all 4 hands then, and maybe that will help. But are you looking on Facebook or YouTube?
YouTube. No, I see all 4 hands.
It's been there. It should have been about 7 or 8 seconds after, but thanks for catching that.
Okay. And
So, all right, they said 4 hearts, and they said, after my 3 hearts, that's it. I don't want to go any further. And so the one who knows goes. And I'm still like not going to be shut up that easily. So after that, I do 4 no trump, and my partner says 5 clubs. And I tell you, I played with this fella at least 10 times, maybe an 8 to 9 o'clock game. And I thought it was 14:30, so I thought he said he had 1 or 4. I'm thinking, well, he's got 4, and I've got the other one, since heart says trump. But no, it turned out he was playing the other, so 0 or 3. So we had 3 is the way he was playing, 3, 0, 1, 4 for clubs and diamonds. Yes, Grace?
John says 16 plus 13 equals 29. Worth looking at a slam? Question mark.
Well, John, you can make them with 24 or 26 points if you have the right distribution. So I told you, take a look from my hand over in East is how many quick tricks do I have? And obviously, if I had a double 10 in diamonds, I'm not quite so excited. But you can see that it fits pretty well with over in the other hand. We wouldn't have known that when I was spitting it, but I'm going to explore. So anyway, after 5 clubs, then it came around, and I thought it was 1 or 4. So I said, well, we've got all 5, so I'm going to go 6 hearts. So, all right. So, my partner, he's like, first you played, I don't know, 2 over 1 for some time. He said, let's play precision. Sure. Okay. So the illusion of communications, right? Is it happen at all? So anyway, 6 hearts is the contract, and this is where I told you today we're going to talk about dummy reversals. And let's take a look and see what happens. So here we go. The ball is in play. And it's up to north. Now, I don't know what you would lead. I've got here the cards that will set and the cards that will not set. I've shown those on double dummy and deep finesse. So playing the ace will set the contract. Let's see how. Let's see if they even do it. Let's see if they don't do it, and then my partner still messes up. Anyway, okay, they lead the ace of diamonds. You wouldn't want to do this against a no-trump contract, obviously. You lead away from a king, lead away from a queen, you lead away from jack. No, make them find every trick. But in this, sure, maybe your partner's got a king, queen, and a side suit, and before they can promote, maybe your partner can do something. I wouldn't do it if it was a 5 or a 6 or 7 card suit, because then it's just probably going to get roughed, and then their king is going to take it. Okay, so the partner in the south plays a 3. And what does this mean? Well, I guess the dummy doesn't have any, so it's not showing a count or a suit preference, I don't think, when they're opposite a slam contract. So I think it should be lead directing. I think it should say lead a low suit partner. If it happened to be playing a 9, lead a high suit partner. So, at any rate, what do? They do not lead the club, which, as you can see, South could rough it right away. So they played the 3 to the queen, jack 10. You're just going to finesse your partner. Gosh, don't do that. Anything. Play a trump. Don't do that. At any rate, okay, partner, things are looking much better. And so my partner can see, well, we've got the clubs. We got a double fit with the rounded suits. Life is going to be good. We've got, unless they're 4-1 against us in clubs, it's going to be a nice suit. So we're thinking that's pretty good. And wait a second, our spades have been promoted, haven't they? So we don't need to set up that suit. We can just do a little roughing on the clubs, on the diamonds in the west hand. So let's see if they do that. No, they are not doing a dummy reversal. They should be thinking about the fact is that this is the dominant hand. This is the hand that really has the opportunity to take the tricks. Do you see any losers? I don't with that ace there. So I think that's the way you would want to have played the hand. But no, they're saying, well, I must rough these diamonds because my hand over in West is the important one. That's not always true. So that's the notion of a dummy reversal. So let's see how our partner fares on this. So then goes up with a heart, a high heart. Remember, they were 5 of them, so and they're 3 too. So, okay, what are you going to do now? They play a low club, and oh, it got roughed. Yeah, you were in that hand, and you had 8-card suit. I know that 5-0 against you is not common, but you know there's a lot of points you're giving away when you're playing imps. There's a lot of points. So what happened is that by doing the dummy reversal is that we ended up with 15% on that board. Whereas if we would have made the contract, which admittedly, you know, if they would have played a club on the second trick, then different things would have happened. But yeah, so we would have had like a very top board there. Grace, question.
Michael, can you come back into the room and on screen so we can ask you a question here, please?
Okay, we'll go ahead with the question.
All right, Dave says, what does the phrase finesse your partner mean? Always confuses him.
Finesse your partner. Well, it's not one that I'll ever utter to my partners, but sometimes you end up finessing your partner inadvertently. Let's say that they are in 6 no trump, and I've got a queen in one suit and a jack 10 in another suit. I don't want to lead those suits, so I lead a third suit, and sure enough, my partner had a king or a queen in that, so I finessed my partner is what that means. We don't like to utter it if we don't have to, though. I'm sorry I finessed you, partner. But yeah, you don't want, I've had sometimes where you repeatedly finesse the partner, and this is your partner's probably going to talk to you. Why didn't you just play, remember the active and the passive leads we talked about yesterday? That's what we're talking about there.
That just sounds like something that could get you in trouble.
Yes, that's right. Finessing your partner. It's the French do lots of interesting things, but we're not going to talk about that part of my heritage, Grace, not today. Okay, so that was hand number 4. Let's take a look at hand number 5. And you know, sometimes when it's the turn of a round, you're playing 4 boards per round, and you just say, partner, I need to go get a breath of fresh air. I'll be back in a minute, you know, rather than, partner, why did you play that way? Why did you dummy reversal? And partner will say, Michael, I tried to sign off at 4 hearts. Why did you do that? I mean, no, that's not good. Remember, we always want to be our partner's the best person in the room. And Barbara, I know you would say that. I've heard you say that many times. Well, okay, let's go ahead and take a look at the next hand, number 5. We're going to hopefully get Beckmars. We had several good boards, but then that hand is kind of like, well, something to learn by. You just don't want to learn too much on any day, right? So, all right, so the next one is going to be back to north. This is hand number 5. And north-south is vulnerable. And we had an 87% on the board, so something went well. So the bidding, I'm going to show all hands by the north hand. They've got a 5-5-2-1 and beautiful honors in the suit. You don't even have to use the rule of 20. You've got enough high card points. You could just bid 1 heart. So 1 heart it is. And, oops, what happened? Grace.
What?
Houston, we have a problem.
Uh-oh.
The hand just went away.
It's a disappearing act.
I think I hit the wrong button, but don't tell anybody
Don't
that.
tell, I won't,
Okay.
I won't tell anybody.
All right, there we go. So, yeah, I want to hit the F1, not the escape button right next to it. So, okay, so 1 heart it is. And over by the east hand, no, this is not the hand for an unusual 2 no trump. No, so you're going to pass. To the south hand, wow, not too much to say about this. It's going to be spades, but you want to do 1 spade, a strong jump shift, 2 spades, 4 spades, sign off. Well, you just don't have that many losers, do you? You've got 1 loser in diamonds, 1 to 2 in spades, and 3 there in your partner's suit. But oh, forget that then. So yeah, you have maybe visions of grandeur, don't you? So 1 heart and high card points, if you want to count it that way, fine. 5, 6, and another 5 there with at least a couple extra points and no losers there. Yeah, definitely a point there. So you know you're going to be in game, and you really think you should be in spades. So, but just make a one spade bid and see where we're going to go with this. Okay, over to the West is that you're 4-4-3-2. You like a couple aces and a Jack 10, third in clubs. And so I guess that I don't think you want to come in this auction. It's going to be a pass. Maybe some good things will happen if you just are quiet, the little snake in the grass. Grace, yes?
Chandra asked, why mention spades when you have a heart fit?
Well, that's a good question. One is that you might have a double fit. Two is that while you do have an 8-card fit, you want to kind of be communicating. Some people talk about bids being picture bids. My bid is like a picture. It's going to describe my hand. So now if you had just 4 and your partner did have 4 spades, it's not going to happen often if you're not playing that Flannery convention. But yeah, you might be better playing in a 4-4 spade fifth than a 5-3. How about that? Why? Because you go ahead and take care of the spades. Hopefully they're not 4-1 against you. But if they're 3-2, you take care of the spade, and then you play the 5-3 fit, and you start pitching on the 5-card suit. So that's another reason why. Style, though, doesn't happen all that often, but just trying to give you some reasons why people use this methodology. Okay, so after one spade, now partner in North is going to say, well, I'm going to continue to do my picture styling. I'm going to show you my next flavor, 2 clubs. And you're planning on rebidding 3 clubs, aren't you? Because you've only got a double 10 in spades. So up to now the south hand, and they say, okay, I'm just going to do 3 hearts. Now these are some opponents that I'm playing against. And after that, then they go 4 hearts. And so, yeah, it turned out that was the way it worked. We went in the heart fit. Yes, Grace?
Bernice says, bidding a hand slowly shows a strong hand, slow hands. Or, I'm sorry, that's a song. Slow shows.
Yeah, in fact, sometimes you see people on their profile, they have this. SSFD. San Francisco Fire Department? No, it stands for slow shows, fast denies. In some parts of certain bids, they use this general approach. That is even why the Drury convention, where they changed the meaning of a couple bids after the 2-club rebid. Anyway, back to the task at hand. So we would like to defend it. And I'm sitting over in the east seat. Yeah, remember me? I'm the guy who bid slam. We went down. My partner's over in the west. So what should I be leading? Well, hopefully we've listened to the auction. Remember last week we talked about the counts, inferences, and analysis. And we've heard the club suit over to our right in the north hand. We don't, even though we got ace, jack, fifth, no, we're not going to lead away from an unprotected ace anyway, doggone it. So, could lead a spade or a diamond. I think just a trump. I think this is just a passive lead, and we're just going to play. And you can see, sure enough, that was the only suit that you will set them. So I got off to a good lead. I led the... Oh, wait a second. Come on. I led a 9. No, come on. No, Michael led a 9, the top of nothing. Well, okay. Let's see what trouble that got us into. My partner wins with the ace, sees the dummy and said, uh-oh, that's not good. And could it be maybe he had a singleton or doubleton? And he thinks and he thinks and he's like, well, wait a second. There's a hearts and clubs rounded. No, there's not going to be a lot of diamonds in the north end. That just isn't the case. So what do they play? They play the heart. Thank you. Thank you. I didn't do that. Okay, so at any rate, okay, then they play the king of diamonds. They're pitching a club. So, they're not doing a dummy reversal either, are they? Then it comes with a heart up to the ace. And you may have some problems with entries to the south hand, but let's see how they do it. A 7 to the jack. And you can see when they made that play, they're going down. You see the 7, it's got a little negative symbol on it. Nope. If you let the king or queen, you're going to go down even more than 1. So, okay, you play the queen. And yeah, you're just thinking, I got to look at my hand. I can't think about my partner's spades. And so they're trying to pitch on that diamond suit. But you know, finally you play the king of spades. They win it. My partner comes back with a diamond. You rough in. Okay, sure. You play a spade up to the queen, and fine, but there's that jack out yet. Oh, we're pitching a club. And then another club goes through to the ace. I held the ace. Thank you very much. And so, yeah, it's going down 2. If you look in the lower right, only made 8 tricks. So you can see that the strategy for not doing a dumb reversal, not because you don't have that many losers in the south hand. So just like my partner, the next hand, they return the favor. Thank you very much. Don't do dummy reversals. You sometimes, what does Paul, my buddy Paul, the Danish friend, say, Grace?
Either you look or you feel.
Yeah, you either listen or look or you feel. And so we're both doing a little bit of feeling today. So let's go to hand number 6 and see if somebody can redeem themselves here. And hand 6, there she be. So we're working our way through, and so we're feeling like, whew, okay, we're back to our average plus again. So let's go ahead and just show all hands. And hand number 6, 5 would be the east, 6 would be the south, all vulnerable. And we got 10% on this board. But it wasn't our fault. I swear, Mother, it was not my fault. We'll see what happens. You got to have some fun with bridge, if nothing else. So South has, what would you open with the South hand? I would like some people to say what you would want to open with this hand. It is a 4-4-3-2, 15 points, including the Jack third. And this is a imps game. Do you want to be a bid at 1 no trump? Or do you say, well, I've got a 4-3-3. I should normally discount a point. The only thing I've got working is my clubs or honors. But do you discount for the Jack third? You can look, you can peek. Oftentimes the Jack third, unless your partner bids a suit, is not going to take a trick. At least that's the way I play. But sometimes I'll bid with the field just to, in case it turns out to work well and I'm playing an imps game and I want my blah, blah, blah. So at any rate, they bid 1 no trump. I'm not going to fault them too much. That's just their style. Just like me, I'm playing precision, opening 11-point hands. Who am I to point my finger all the time? So at any rate, over to the West hand, 5-4-2-2. Even though you've got some good points, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Do not bid. The only time you bid is when you have a shapely hand. If you want to bid 2 spades, well, you're vulnerable just like they are. This could be ugly if your partner doesn't have a fit. You were lucky you had a fifth there this time. But they passed. My partner passed. I hope he's not afraid of me. Or to the north hand. Well, you're going to do the old Jacobi transfer. You've got 6 and ostensibly at least 1 distribution. You like that your cards are all in the rounded suits. So, yeah, you've got a 2-suiter if that works with your partner. So you're going to do 2 diamonds, a transfer, a pass by me. And over in the south, would you believe they did 3 hearts? They did a super acceptance. With his Jack third of diamonds, I wouldn't be doing that. But are they peeking at each other's cards? But anyway, they did 3 hearts. Now, there is some advanced methods that I think Marty Bergen, in fact, was one of the ones, and Hardy, I think, picked up, Max Hardy, where you use different bids after 2 diamonds to show where you have 4 cards and a minimum, 4 cards with more, 4 cards with a maximum, which is you start using these other bids, like after 2 diamonds, you do 2 no trump. Well, what's that? Well, it's a type of a super acceptance. So at any rate, they did 3 hearts, and over to the north hand said, well, wow. Yeah, I kind of like my shape. I'm going to do 4 hearts. And the moral of the story is it makes all day long. So hardly anybody bid this auction. And I say, don't count your Jack thirds. And for sure, the Jack didn't do anything, but because you've got a double fit, yeah, you're good for extra tricks. Remember the law of total tricks, and one other thing in Larry Cohen's book he said is that, and when you have a double fit, rather than just a 9-card fit in your main, you've got a double fit in the side suit, add yet another trick, add 2 more tricks or more. And that's where, John, sometimes when you've got a 23, 24 point, you miss, how did I miss my slam? It's because you have shortness, you have singletons and secondary suits, and that's why in Jacoby 2 no trump, where we talked about you open with 1 spade, your partner goes 2 no trump, and you go with 4 clubs. You've got 2 of the top 3 in the club suit. So rather than to bid the short suit, you're bidding your long one because you're looking for the slam. And sometimes you can do it with fewer points. Grace, she is saying, oh, our time's out already. Doggone it. We're just getting warmed up.
We have time for one more question.
We have time for another question, but she's giving me the hook. So how are we doing so far, everybody? Are these hands making sense? So, yeah, we got 10% on that board. And you know what I can say? Great job, opponents. Very well done, you lucky. So, yeah. So sometimes I'll give you this for an answer.
Maybe. Maybe yes. Maybe no.
Yeah, and it would be maybe no most of the time. Go ahead.
Bernice is asking, do you play the ace king of trump, hoping they split 2-2?
Oh, okay. That's a very good way to finish that. So let's talk about the play of the hand, and let's see what actually happened here at the table. My partner led the ace, obviously, from ace, king, queen, wants to take a look in the dummy at the north and said, And we're playing upside down count and attitude, so my 2 says, I have nothing better, so carry onward, Christian soldiers, or, whatever denomination he is. And so they do play the king, and we cashed out on that suit. We got our first 2 tricks, thank you very much. And he sees the queen 10 in his hand, and, don't know if we're going to get a trick there, but not going to play that one. Spades could be the right suit. Let's see where they go next. Okay, just make a safe play and win it. I just play the 5, a middle card. The diamond to the queen. And at this point, they're going to say, we're feeling, well, I guess they run out of time on it. That's right. But if they, you're never sure if you should play 8 ever, 9 never. Remember that the odds, we've talked about this before, but let's go ahead and show them right here, is that when there's 2-2, that's 40% chance. 3-1 or 1-3 is a 50% chance. And that leaves 10% for, no, we don't even think about having 4 against us. We want to have 4 against them. That's the other one, 10%. So in this case, you do not have the queen. So yeah, you do have some guessing. And I guess that when they played slow in some other hands, probably that first hand where we were in slam, and then the next one where they messed up. So we didn't have time. And I guess the director probably says, okay, we're not going to play it as though they went for 3-1. That probably most of the field went for 9 never. If you have 9 in the suit, never try for a finesse. 8 ever. And that's only right, 30% of the time. But, it's a nice little idiom just to remember if you have nothing else to go on. So that was all that was played on that. But that would be the one question you have. And also, of course, you don't want to continue continue clubs until you play the trump suit. So that's the way that works. So, Grace, why don't you come on over here? And good job of keeping me my... what was it? How's that saying go? My feet to the iron or something like that?
Feet to the iron?
Yeah.
Your roadie? Where's my matching mask?
Well, I didn't. I gave you one, but I don't know what you do. You want to put on the mask too?
Yeah, see, look, it matches. Oh,
she's
you can't
mask
actually
man.
See that it matches.
We're right on the screen here. Oh, yes, here we go.
Gotta lift me
The
up.
wardrobe.
Ta-da! I match.
Good job. Yeah, it's quite stylish. So, the person that taught me bridge, my today 94-year-old mother, 4. Anyway, we're going to be going on up there and up in Santa Rosa land, and we'll do our COVID distancing. So that's where we have our masks out and things. But yeah, we're looking forward to getting her. And I'm sure she's going to tell me some good bridge stories. And so thank you for yours too. And when you've got some, dial in tomorrow. Don't be bashful. It makes it much more fun. We can get some participation from the field. So Grace, what's up with you?
What he said, definitely call in. And if you get an opportunity to hit the little button down there that says like or thumbs up, we really appreciate that so we can get some YouTube juice. So we look forward to seeing you tomorrow. Until then,
as always, happy trails to you until we meet again. Happy trails to you until we meet.
Larry says keep the mask on while singing.
Larry, you're right. I'll own it. Guilty as charged. Okay, take care. Peace out and bye for now. If I can find the streaming off button here. One of these. This is it.